Today we are on the boat. Our goal is to search these spots that we're finding on the depth sounder. Now we're out with Ben on his blue water. He's found a couple of spots. He thinks there's really good mutton territory, could hold some really big muttons. So fingers crossed we're gonna get on them. I'm gonna show you guys some tips and tricks. I'm gonna do some voiceovers. I'm gonna put a camera on my head so you'll see what I see, and I'll see you guys down below. So I'm running Bodie and Scott shot a huge mutton. They're talking about a shark. I have no idea what's going on, but hopefully Ben is nearby because he's the only one with a GoPro. But once it came up, said they had a mutton. I went ahead, prepped the buffalo gear, fish bag. What happened? All right, Ben's over there. Let's switch to his GoPro, see what's going on. All right, you guys, welcome underwater and welcome to the voiceovers. So we're starting with Ben's GoPro on his head. He's making a quick drop. The timer is down below, so go ahead and hold your breath, see how long this dive takes. And something you don't notice when you're sitting there holding your breath is the actual amount of energy Ben exerts on this dive. So he's going straight down to probably about 70-ish feet. And as he's going down, he notices Scott shoot a nice mutton snapper. And as he does, he sees a giant Goliath grouper get a hold of the mutton snapper, and it's starting to swim up current. And so Ben springs into action, starts booking it up current to try to catch up to this fish to help get it out of the mouth of this Goliath grouper in some way. And he's exerting a ton of energy. Like I said, 77 feet to where he is at this point. This thing is just chomped down on this snapper. And at this point, Ben said he was thinking about taking a shot on the mutton in the grouper's mouth, but we ended up grabbing the line, forcing it out of the Goliath grouper's mouth, and this grouper realized that he's not going to mess with this fish, and we claim it back from him.
Boy Scott.
I thought you keep pulling it up. That's a great mutton.
That's the ones I was seeing, I told y'all. Good job, Scott. You see me chasing down that grouper, dude? I was poking the out of that grouper. He didn't give a That was a crazy dive I made chasing that grouper down.
So that was crazy. It wasn't sharks, it was actually giant Goliath grouper, and you saw how relentless that thing was. But we're gonna get this fish in the boat, and I'm stoked about it. Wait, what happened? What happened?
So I'm breathing up. I hear you say there's a big mutton. I'm like, all right, they got a big mutton. I'm gonna try to dive. I'm like halfway down, I see the Goliath coming up, and he just swallows the mutton.
No way. So
swallows it, and so I kind of abort my dive and start chasing after the grouper. I was poking him with my spear, pulling on the line. He didn't give a hoot, and Scott was just putting pressure, and finally,
let go.
Fish gave up.
Dang.
Got him.
Dang. Now those grouper are freaking relentless.
Nice fish too.
Oh, let's see it. Let's see it. Dude, that's a good one.
I heard he scaled him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they freaking rocked him. Here, fish bag right here.
I just gutted that thing 20 feet off the bottom, and I turned around to go get him.
No way.
That's a fucking big mutton. I saw it and was like, whoa.
Well, I was getting ready. I was breathing
That's a good size.
I heard Jack say y'all shot a mutton. I'm like, okay. So I'm like halfway down, and I look over, and I see the grouper eat it.
Yeah.
So
Dude,
I
it's
want
like-
my dive, try to.
Yeah.
Bro, that's like half the fish bag. I think it feels like half the fish bag.
I told you there was big mutton here.
It is a big mutton.
Poking on him.
You shot it, Spencer.
No, Scott.
Dude,
That's the way it goes, though. It's just. I gotta take a second.
now it's time for me to hop in the water and do some dives. Up until this point, I made a ton of dives. I haven't really seen anything worth pulling the trigger on. So at this point, I haven't even shot a fish, and we're over halfway through the day. This new spot we went to is on the deeper side. It's about 80 feet to the sand, really hoping for some yellow jacks or at least one mutton snapper to add to the box so I can come home with some fish. But what we have in store is a monster fish that gets shot later in the video, so stay tuned for that, and it's a crazy experience. One of my first I've ever encountered. So on this drop, I'm doing a little grunting, just kind of descending down to the bottom, and at this point, I see this little ledge with a ton of fish on it, and as I do, the nice mutton comes along the edge of it. I line up the shot, and I should have waited for it to turn more broadside, or at least I get a little bit closer. That was kind of a rush shot. I'm a little disappointed at myself. As I get to the surface, you'll hear me talk about it. I had plenty of time, plenty of breath, and I just rushed the shot. And I wasn't the first one. A couple of guys were making some misses on this trip, but luckily we do come home with some fish, so stay tuned.
Stupid shot. I rushed the shot on a mutton. Tore out of him. Shot too high.
I did the same thing, dude.
So stupid. Finally, I saw a shootable fish and a freaking that happened. Idiot.
I should have just aimed like the gill plates that tried to shoot the head.
No, I just rushed it. He was quartering away and I should have just waited.
You heard I was a little upset about that dive. And if you've been in the same situation, you can definitely understand my frustration. But we're going to switch over to Ben's GoPro. He's making a drop, roughly the same depth, around 70 plus feet. And the current is kind of bumping us along this reef line. And Ben does a great job of making a drop when he sees a ton of bait in the mid-water column. And once you push through that, usually you see some fish on the other side. He does exactly that on this drop, kind of cruises to the edge of the reef. And as he kind of gets to the bottom, he starts to level out and hoping to see either a pelagic or a mutton coming in from the distance. As he starts to come up to this cave, he just descends all the way down to the sand and starts bumping along towards this ledge. He does a great job of doing a ton of grunting, and that brings in the yellow jacks. I think he sees him about right now. And these things love the grunting. Has a really easy shot and did the same thing that Spencer and I just did. Shot a little high over him. And I think it's because we're kind of getting a little greedy with our shots. If you have that little high shot, there's a high chance you get to stone the fish. But if you do get penetration and it's a little bit too high, it usually tears out.
I shot right over the top of a giant yellow jack.
Right at this point, I was on my way up from a dive and a huge tiger shark followed me up. And as I hit the surface, I turned around and saw this huge tiger shark, and it had a monster cobia on it. Luckily, Scott sprung into action, made a quick duck dive, charged the shark and the cobia, and landed a really good shot. He put a ton of pressure on him, got him to where he was in sight the whole time, and luckily Blake made a quick drop and landed another shot in the fish. And with these cobia, you do not want to take a chance and try to land them with just one shaft in them. Put a double shot in there. I've seen so many times where they slip off the spear or come to life and just wrench right off spears, and you lose the fish.
That tiger must have followed me up.
No, he's gonna get the bag.
Oh, shit.
I found a shark bag. Fish bag. I got by a shark. That's a good one.
That's a good tiger. You want this?
Dude, that was awesome.
That's backwards to it, so it just came like
That
right
was
up.
crazy. I barely even had time to do anything. I saw Scott like reaching his gun out like right in front of me, and I looked over, and that freaking tiger shark was like right on us. I hit my GoPro.
Yeah, I'm like, he's right behind you. Chased me up.
Was he chasing me up?
Yeah, he came up from the bottom.
No way.
What is he going after? He dropped something. Scott's knife. Is that a knife?
Scott's knife.
Nice.
That's a good one, dude. That's
I had a feeling. I had a feeling that freaking tiger was following me up.
Yeah. Were you guys this side of us or that side?
We were that side.
No, he came from this way.
He came right up. That
He came from like the inside, but off the bottom. Yeah.
That doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, that's a big fucking bull.
Nice cobia. That was a tiger.
Yeah, a big one. I thought that was like a giant bull shark on the other.
I thought the same thing too. I was like, dude, that's a big bull right on me. And then I saw the cobia, and I was like, wait, that's a tiger. That's so sick. That's a nice fish. That is.
I don't know what's going on with that. Here, just grab this thing.
Here, hold this.
I've never met in my life.
You want me to rip those guts out? Here, I can cut them.
I can toss that cooler back now.
Yeah, I got it.
40 pounds, 50 pounds?
That's a good cobia, dude.
Yeah, it's thick cobia. On the road, dude, don't waste the road.
Just make sure when you put the shafts in the boat, don't put them point down. Thank you.
Where's the other one?
Dude, that was awesome. Scott shooting cobia up every species of shark.
That's a big fish.
That's a nice one, dude.
I know, right? Where's the other?
Dude, it came like right behind us.
We might have to get a little picture of Scott, a little magazine photo shoot.
Scott, you have your stuff?
All right, yeah. I didn't see him grab it. I didn't even see that illegal live grab it.
Perfect. Here, let me move this.
Water looks a little greener here.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
A little hunting is.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
Dude, that's so sick.
I mean, dude, that's pretty good.
That is
Hold on, let
epic.
me get a.
Those are some good fish.
I need to stand back.
No, you're good. I got the wide angle on.
Dang.
Smile a little bit, man.
Boy.
Let's see, are you happy, dude?
It's heavy.
Yeah.
Dang. That's so good. At this point, we have a ton of fish in the bag, but Ben wants just a little bit more to feed his boys for dinner tonight. He makes a drop, and he ends up shooting a fish that I usually don't target, and the reason will be explained a little bit later once you find out what fish he shoots. But he's making a drop. You see, we're roughly in the same area right around that when that tiger shark came cruising by. And currently, Ben doesn't have any fish speared. This is shortly after he missed that yellowjack, so he's really trying to get a fish in the cooler. And when he looks up on this dive, he sees a school of the fish that he wants. And now whenever you are after a barracuda, you can be really selective depending as well, especially if it's like this situation and they're everywhere. And he picks out the perfect size one. So a lot of people don't shoot barracudas, and I am one of them. And the main reason is because of the smell and the aroma they bring onto the boat. They have like a metallic, slimy material on the outside of their scales, and it smells awful. But I will vouch that they do taste phenomenal. I grew up eating these fish. We used to troll for them, and they're a really good fish to eat. But Ben does not discriminate against fish, so he's taking this one home for the boys. You guys, that was an incredible day on the water, but now it's time to cook up that fish, and I have a special guest who's actually going to let us try her own recipe, and it is Sarah. So I got her mic'd up, I'm mic'd up, and if you hear some random howling in the background, that's her kid. I think he's a wolf or something, I don't know. Must be a full moon. What do you think about the noises, animal noises in the background?
I'm used to it. Doesn't faze me.
At least it's entertaining, and that's thank God we have the microphones. But we're gonna do a very simple recipe, and it starts off like this. I have the fillets over there, nice and dry. You just lay a pan, no oil or anything, with lemons sliced like this, and we're just gonna lay the fillets on top, so I'll let you do that.
Oh.
Sarah's a professional.
No, I'm not. I don't know what I'm doing.
You can cut it if you want. Or just tear it.
Can I?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go.
And then that last one is like perfect. It'll go right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
Just
All right.
like that.
So that'll sit there, and that's all you do for here. And then we have to make this sauce. And what is it? I got everything laid out.
We have oil, parsley, paprika, garlic, onion, and salt.
And then I guess there's no real.
Oh, and butter.
I was gonna
Dairy-free
use no butter and just straight oil. So we're just gonna wing it and hope that it like has the right consistency. Gonna mix it all up, lay it on top, and bake it in the oven. See what happens. Paprika. We just won't be shy. Parsley, dried parsley. We could probably do fresh. All right, this is not gonna work. All right, we went for like 15 minutes and it looks perfect. Let's set it up there. Ooh, smells good.
Yeah, it does.
And I love that it didn't really use a whole lot of like oil on the pan. It's just pretty much everything in there. And look how healthy it looks. Oh yeah, we have the
add
trimmings.
one more, yeah, and then the parsley.
Yeah. Okay, perfect.
Oh.
Extra parsley. We could do green onions, but all we had was fresh parsley, so at least it's fresh. Now it's time to taste test. It looks very simple. We're not gonna sit down and eat. We're actually just gonna taste test in here because the lighting is that dark area over there. I'm gonna get a part that has a lot of herbs on it. It's time to taste test. If something falls, it's okay. She'll get it. She's waiting. She's waiting. Tiva, sit pretty. Sit pretty. Oh my gosh, her mouth is like just water, and she's like licking her face.
Really hot. Good?
It's really good. Especially for as little of ingredients.
Just a little piece. Oh my
And I'm usually not a big fish fan.
Don't mind my finger. Ooh, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Really, very
the
lemony.
But it's like refreshing.
Mm-hmm. It's very light, and you could probably eat it on tacos, fish sandwich, or over rice. But that is really good. We're gonna plate this, go have a seat. We actually have some kale salad to go with it. So it's gonna be a very clean, beautiful dinner. And that's what I love about this kind of stuff. Going out, experiencing different things. Tiger shark with a cobia, that was wild, and that huge mutton ended up being absolutely delicious. And I'm so happy Sarah was able to chip in with that recipe. Absolutely delicious. We're gonna try this one in the future. Hopefully we get out and do another dive in the future together. We have some coming up, so stay tuned for those videos. If you haven't seen any of my other videos, there's a playlist at the end of this video. Be sure to go back, binge watch all the diving adventures and get all up to date. There's a bunch of them, and I appreciate you guys tuning in. I post a video every week. If you're new to the channel, give it a subscribe, thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next week for another adventure. Later.